The Silent Guardians. First Contact Officer Zara Vex stood motionless before the Galactic Council's emergency session, her crystalline form catching the light of 1,000 stars through the chamber's transparent dome. The news she carried would shatter centuries of assumptions about humanity, the supposedly primitive species that had barely managed to reach their own moon. "Counselors," she began, her voice resonating through the chamber. 48 hours ago, our deep space monitoring stations detected an anomaly. Quantum beacons, previously invisible to our most advanced sensors, suddenly activated across 12,000 locations throughout Council space. All of them, we've discovered, are of human origin. The chamber erupted in murmurs, and flashing bioluminescence, the Council's species equivalent of gasps and whispers. High Counselor Nixis raised a tendril for silence. "Impossible," she stated. "The humans still rely on chemical propulsion. Their most advanced AI barely matches our maintenance drones. We've monitored their development for centuries." Zara Vex activated the holographic display at the chamber center. A three-dimensional map of the galaxy materialized, dotted with pulsing blue lights representing the beacons. That's what they wanted us to believe. These installations aren't recent constructions. Dating suggests most are centuries old. They'd been hiding in plain sight, masking their true capabilities while building something vast. The map zoomed in on one beacon, revealing a massive structure disguised as an ordinary asteroid. This facility alone contains technology centuries beyond our current understanding. Quantum computers that make our most advanced systems look primitive. Energy generation methods we thought theoretically impossible. But why? Another counselor demanded. Why maintain such an elaborate deception? Zara Vex's form dimmed slightly, her species' expression of grave concern. Because they were preparing for something. Each beacon contains identical data packets, encrypted with methods we're still trying to understand. But we've decoded the first layer of the message. The hologram shifted, displaying text in the standard galactic script. "To all sentient species, this is humanity's final warning. What we built, we leave to you. Use it well. You'll need it when they arrive." The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't been hiding their advancement out of fear or aggression. They'd been building something important enough to maintain a planetary-scale deception for centuries. "There's more," Zara Vex continued. "The beacons are more than warning systems. They're part of a vast network, its purpose still unknown. And they're becoming active. Whatever humanity was preparing for, whatever drove them to such extraordinary measures, it appears the time has come." She gestured, and the hologram showed a final message. "Phase 1 initiating. May the stars guide you all." In the following days, research vessels from every council species converged on the nearest beacons. Each installation revealed new mysteries. Perfect automated systems maintaining themselves for centuries, energy signatures that defied known physics, and data archives, hinting at technological achievements that should have been impossible for humanity's apparent level of development. But it was the discovery at Research Station Epsilon that changed everything. A team led by xenorchaeologist Krenthax found a sealed chamber containing what appeared to be a dimensional viewing device. When activated, it showed images of something massive moving through the void between galaxies, something that had caused humanity to prepare, to hide, to build, and finally, to leave behind the greatest gift imaginable. A chance for other species to survive what was coming. As the first week of discoveries drew to a close, every beacon simultaneously transmitted new coordinates. The network was awakening, and with it, humanity's true legacy was about to be revealed. The galaxy would never be the same. Echoes of progress. Deep within the crystalline spires of Research Station Epsilon, Krenthax's research team made another startling discovery. Hidden beneath layers of quantum encryption, they found humanity's true historical records. A story vastly different from the carefully curated image they had presented to the galaxy. "Look at this," senior researcher Mylon called out, her bioluminescent patterns flickering with excitement. While they were supposedly struggling with basic fusion power, they had already mastered zero-point energy extraction. These facilities, they're powered by artificial quantum singularities. Krenfax moved his sensory appendages over the holographic displays. The truth about humanity's technological progression was staggering. They hadn't developed linearly like other species, following the expected path from planetary civilization to spacefaring society. Instead, they had pursued multiple technological paths simultaneously, cross-pollinating breakthroughs between fields in ways that defied conventional scientific methodology. They achieved quantum entanglement communication while still using primitive silicon computers in public. Mylon continued. They had cracked the code of consciousness transfer before they officially launched their first space station. Everything we thought we knew about their development was carefully staged. The station's AI interface activated, projecting a new set of coordinates. Security protocols disengaging. It announced in perfect galactic standard. Accessing historical archive Beta 7. The chamber's walls shifted, revealing a vast library of crystalline data structures. Each crystal contained not just information, but perfectly preserved memories. The thoughts and experiences of human scientists, engineers, and leaders who had participated in what they called the preparation. Through these memories, the truth emerged. Humanity had detected something during their first experiments with quantum observation technology, a presence in the void between galaxies, moving with purpose. Their initial attempts to alert the Galactic Council had been dismissed as the ravings of a primitive species. That's when they made the decision that would shape their entire civilization's path. Rather than waste resources trying to convince us, Krenfax realized. They chose to act. They built these facilities in secret, developed technologies beyond our understanding, and prepared defenses we didn't even know we needed. The memories showed vast underground cities on Earth where humanity's true technological development took place, while their surface civilization maintained the illusion of normal progression. They had mapped quantum shortcuts through space-time while pretending to struggle with chemical rockets. They had seeded automated manufacturing facilities throughout the galaxy while officially celebrating their first Mars colony. A new message appeared in the holographic display. Phase 2 activation imminent. Quantum network synchronization in progress. Across the galaxy, every human facility began to pulse with new energy signatures. The network they had spent centuries building was awakening, each node connecting to form something greater than the sum of its parts. But the true purpose of this vast machine remained hidden, locked behind ever more complex layers of security. They weren't just hiding their progress, Mylon said softly, her patterns now showing concern. They were hiding their fear. Whatever they saw coming, it terrified them enough to spend generations preparing, not just for themselves, but for all of us. The research team's findings spread quickly through Council space, causing a fundamental shift in how the galaxy viewed humanity. They hadn't been primitive or deceptive. They had been guardians, working in secret to prepare defenses against a threat only they had recognized. As the second phase of activation continued, more facilities revealed themselves. Each one contained pieces of a vast puzzle, carefully designed to be understood by alien minds. Humanity had encoded their knowledge in ways that would guide other species to similar breakthroughs, sharing not just their technology, but their unique way of thinking. There's something else, Krenfax announced, studying a newly decoded data crystal. These facilities aren't just defensive installations or knowledge repositories. They're components of something larger, something that requires the combined understanding of multiple species to activate. The crystal displayed one final message. To those who follow, we built the foundation. The next step requires something we could not provide alone: unity. Phase 3 will commence when the species of the galaxy learn to work as one. As if in response to these words, new energy signatures began emanating from Earth itself. Humanity's homeworld, seemingly abandoned, was awakening. Whatever grand design they had set in motion, it was about to enter its next stage. The Awakening Protocol. The Galactic Council's emergency session stretched into its third day as reports flooded in from across the galaxy. High Counselor Nyx's crystalline form pulsed with barely contained energy as she addressed the assembled representatives of 50 spacefaring civilizations. Earth's automated defense systems just activated, she announced, her voice carrying notes of both awe and fear. The humans didn't just abandon their homeworld. They transformed it into something else entirely. The central hologram displayed Earth, but not as anyone remembered it. The planet's surface shimmered with a lattice of quantum energy fields. Massive structures, previously hidden beneath oceans and underground, were rising. The entire planet was reorganizing itself, guided by artificial intelligences far beyond anything the Council had ever encountered. First Contact Officer Zara Vex stepped forward, her form still bearing traces of fatigue from weeks of non-stop investigation. "We've decoded more of the human archives," she reported. "What they saw coming. It's not just an invasion force. It's something far worse." The hologram shifted, showing the void between galaxies. In that seemingly empty space, something moved. Not ships or fleets, but tears in the fabric of reality itself. Reality-devouring entities that consumed not just matter and energy, but the fundamental laws of physics themselves. The humans called them void harmonics, Zara Vex continued. They discovered them by accident during early quantum observation experiments. These entities don't just destroy. They rewrite the basic constants of the universe as they pass. Their arrival in our galaxy would mean the end of existence as we know it. The chamber erupted in panic, various species displaying their fear through different biological responses. Nyx raised all 4 of her primary appendages for silence. "But humanity had a plan," she said. "Everything they built, every facility they seeded throughout our space, was part of something larger, a defense system unlike anything we could have imagined." On research stations across the galaxy, the evidence was becoming clear. Each human facility contained a piece of technology that seemed, at first glance, to serve a simple purpose. But when viewed as part of the larger network, their true function emerged. At Station Epsilon, Kren Fax and his team made the breakthrough. "It's not just a defense network," he reported to the Council. "It's a dimensional anchor point. The humans found a way to stabilize local space-time against external manipulation. But to work, it needs something that no single species could provide. The answer lay in the final layer of human records. Their scientists had discovered that consciousness itself had a stabilizing effect on reality. The more diverse the conscious minds, the stronger the effect. What they had built wasn't just a technological defense. It was a way to unite the consciousness of every sentient species in the galaxy into a single purpose. They couldn't do it alone, Mylon realized. That's why they left. Their consciousness was too similar, too human. The network needs diversity, different ways of thinking, different ways of perceiving reality. It needs all of us. As if responding to this understanding, new messages appeared across every human facility. Phase 3 activation authorized. Beginning consciousness integration protocols. The network was designed to link not just technology, but minds, not by force or invasion, but through voluntary cooperation. Each species would maintain its individuality while contributing its unique perspective to a greater whole. This is what they spent centuries preparing, Zara Vex told the Council. Not just the technology, but the groundwork for cooperation. Every interaction they had with us, every piece of their progress they shared or hid, was calculated to bring us to this point, to show us that survival depends on unity. Across the galaxy, the quantum network pulsed with new energy as species after species began to understand. The human facilities weren't just defensive installations. They were nodes in a vast consciousness network, waiting to be awakened by the combined will of all galactic civilization. And Earth, transformed into something beyond a mere planet, would serve as the central node. The birthplace of humanity had become a beacon, calling out to all sentient minds to join in the greatest collaboration in galactic history. As the council debated their response, the void between galaxies grew darker. The harmonics were approaching faster than expected. The time for decision had come. Legacy of stars. The decision faced by the Galactic Council was unprecedented. Every species' representatives had gathered in the ancient chamber, their varied forms illuminated by the ethereal glow of Earth's transformation, visible even from this distance. The human network waited, its vast consciousness integration protocols ready but dormant, requiring voluntary participation to activate. "We've detected new movements in the void," announced Senior Observer Kralvok, their crystalline sensory arrays trembling. "The harmonics have accelerated. We estimate no more than 30 standard days before they reach our galaxy's outer rim." High Counselor Nixus's form shifted through various colors of concern as she addressed the assembly. "We've all seen the human records. Their scientists predicted this moment centuries ago. They spent generations building this network, knowing they wouldn't be here to see it activated. The question before us is simple but profound. Do we trust in their legacy?" The chamber's holographic displays showed the latest data from Earth. The planet had completed its transformation into something that defied conventional physics. Its surface now rippled with quantum fields that bent light itself, while massive structures that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously rose from its transformed continents. First Contact Officer Zara Vex stepped forward, her voice carrying the weight of recent discoveries. "We've fully decoded the consciousness integration protocols. The humans designed them with extraordinary care. Each species maintains its autonomy, its individual identity. What we contribute is our unique perspective on reality itself." From Research Station Epsilon, Krenfax's team had made a final crucial discovery. "The human network doesn't just protect against the harmonics," he reported. "It's designed to do something we thought impossible, to heal the damage they cause to space-time itself." The evidence was compelling. Each facility in the vast network contained technology that could manipulate the fundamental forces of reality, but only when guided by diverse conscious minds. The humans had discovered that consciousness itself was a stabilizing force in the universe, but the effect grew exponentially stronger with diversity. "They built this network," Mylon explained, "not to fight or destroy, but to preserve and protect. They understood that the greatest power in the universe isn't in weapons or energy, but in the combined perspectives of different forms of life." As if responding to these words, new messages appeared across the network. Final security protocols disengaging. Awaiting species integration authorization. The council chamber erupted in debate. Some species feared losing their identity in the merger. Others worried about hidden dangers in the human technology. But as discussions continued, a pattern emerged. Species after species began sharing stories of human interactions from centuries past, subtle guidance, carefully staged encounters, seemingly random acts of cooperation that now revealed their true purpose. They were preparing us, Zara Vex realized, not just building the network, but teaching us how to use it. Every technological advancement they shared or withheld was calculated to guide us toward understanding cooperation across species barriers. From Earth came new data, showing the harmonics approach in terrifying detail. These reality-devouring entities didn't just destroy, they unraveled the basic laws that made existence possible. In their wake, space-time itself became unstable, breaking down into chaos. But the human network offered hope. Each species that joined would contribute its unique consciousness pattern to the whole, strengthening the fabric of reality itself. The humans had discovered that the universe wasn't just physical laws and energy. It was shaped by the minds that observed and interacted with it. "They gave us everything we need," High Counselor Nixus declared. "The technology, the understanding, even the time to prepare. Now we must decide. Do we remain separate and face extinction, or unite and become something greater than any single species could achieve alone?" Across the galaxy, the quantum network pulsed with potential energy. In hidden facilities and transformed planets, systems waited for activation. Earth itself seemed to glow brighter, its transformed surface a beacon calling out to all sentient minds. The time for decision had come. As the void harmonics approached, carrying universe-ending destruction, the species of the galaxy faced their greatest test: unity or extinction, evolution or end. Beyond the veil, the decision rippled across the galaxy like a wave of quantum fire. One by one, species joined their consciousness to the human network, each addition strengthening the fabric of reality itself. The transformed Earth pulsed with new energy as minds beyond counting merged into a vast, unified awareness while maintaining their individual identities. Connection protocols at 90%, announced the network's AI, its voice resonating through every facility simultaneously. Reality anchor points stabilizing. Beginning final phase of human legacy protocol. In the council chamber, the assembled representatives experienced something unprecedented, a shared consciousness that transcended species barriers while preserving individual thought. Through this connection, they finally understood the full scope of humanity's gift. They didn't just leave us technology, Zara Vex whispered, her consciousness now linked to billions of others. They gave us evolution itself. The truth emerged through their shared awareness. Humanity hadn't merely fled or hidden. They had transformed themselves into pure consciousness, becoming part of the network they'd created. Their entire species had evolved beyond physical form, leaving behind the tools and knowledge their galactic neighbors would need to follow. From the depths of transformed Earth rose humanity's final message, not in words, but in pure thought and emotion. We were never meant to be the end point of this journey. We were the bridge, the guides who would show the way. Now together, you will become something greater than any single species could achieve alone. As the void harmonics approached the galaxy's edge, the network reached full power. Every mind connected to it could see the reality-devouring entities clearly now, vast tiers in space-time that consumed the fundamental forces holding the universe together. But where before they had seemed unstoppable, now they faced something new. The combined consciousness of the galaxy's species, channeled through humanity's network, began to affect reality itself. Space-time strengthened, reinforced by the diversity of thought and perception flowing through the quantum web. Each species contributed something unique, ways of seeing and understanding that added new layers to the fabric of existence. The humans understood something we didn't. Krenthaks shared through the link. Reality isn't just physics and energy. It's shaped by consciousness itself. The more diverse the observers, the stronger reality becomes. The harmonics struck the galaxy's edge, but instead of the expected devastation, they encountered resistance. The network didn't just defend, it healed. Where the entities tried to unravel space-time, the combined consciousness of countless species rewove it, stronger than before. Earth, now a beacon of transformed reality, pulsed with power that defied conventional physics. The planet had become a nexus point where the physical and conscious aspects of the universe merge, guided by the echoes of humanity's final gift. Through their shared awareness, the galaxy's species felt something extraordinary. The presence of human consciousness, transformed but recognizable, woven into the network itself. They hadn't abandoned the galaxy. They had become its guardians, their evolved awareness helping to guide the next phase of cosmic evolution. As the harmonics recoiled from the strengthened fabric of reality, the network's true purpose became clear. It wasn't just a defense system. It was an evolutionary catalyst designed to unite the galaxy's species in a great leap forward. Physical form and pure consciousness, technology and awareness, all merging into something new. Phase completion imminent, announced the network, beginning universal consciousness integration. The galaxy itself seemed to shimmer as space-time reinforced itself, strengthened by the combined awareness of its inhabitants. The void harmonics, unable to unravel this new form of reality, began to retreat back into the intergalactic void. In that moment of triumph, every connected mind understood the truth. Humanity's greatest achievement wasn't the technology they'd built, or even the network they'd created. It was showing the galaxy's species how to transcend their limitations and unite without losing their unique identities. Earth, once humanity's cradle, now served as the cornerstone of a new age. The planet pulsed with the combined consciousness of countless species, its transformed surface a testament to what was possible when diversity became strength. The human legacy was complete. They had faced extinction and transformed it into evolution, turned threat into opportunity, and shown the galaxy that its greatest power lay not in technology or weapons, but in the infinite diversity of conscious minds working as one. As the network stabilized and the new reality took hold, a final message echoed through the unified consciousness of the galaxy. This is not the end. It is a beginning. Together, you will discover wonders we never imagined. The stars await. The end.